Sometimes the game is really intense and you need something to keep you going. What's better than hitting pause? Come check out some gamer fuel and fun to help take the edge off.
Hello and welcome everyone to our first press pause video here. To celebrate it being Easter, we're going to be checking out some Easter treats. Got everything from kind of the bigger Cadbury filled eggs all the way down to the iconic mini eggs. Couple of the smaller cream style eggs, even going into some of the Peeps, and then lastly some of the larger style chocolate bunnies. And as a special treat, we also have edible grass. All of this on the table, aside from the packaging itself, is edible there, and we are going to be trying them out. Starting off, we will go with one of the big guys here, the Cadbury Caramel Buttons. The Cadbury Caramel Buttons being a filled egg where you have buttons of caramel Cadbury chocolate inside of a Cadbury chocolate shell. All right, so the first one of the Cadbury Buttons, basically it's just a hollow milk chocolate egg filled with kind of like a chocolate macaron or something like that. But give it a taste here and see how it goes. I mean, it's a very milky chocolate. It's not like excessively sweet, so that's a good point for it. The buttons themselves have like a hint of caramel in them. Kind of makes sense for the title there, and I mean I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got decent caramel pull when you pull one of the buttons apart as well. Altogether, I mean, aside from the fact that the overall egg itself is about the size of your palm, it's a pretty good treat. Pretty easy to spot. I mean, if it was hidden for a kid doing any Easter egg hunts or something like that, but if you're an adult and just looking for a sizable chocolate snack that's kind of like a grown-up Kinder Egg, I mean, that is a good trade-off for you. Though, because of the caramel, definitely leaves a stickiness to your fingers there that's a little bit annoying. So definitely one of those ones where you eat it and then you have to wash your hands off kind of thing. Okay, well, with the first chocolate item down, we're going to move on to a little bit of something different. These are, at least here in Canada, called squashies, otherwise commonly known as Peeps. They are a marshmallow type snack that, I mean, it's pretty popular, but they're being marshmallow, they're going to be a lot lighter for you and easier to eat. And I mean, being Peeps, they're all shaped as chicks. We'll get a close-up on that. These are bite-sized little marshmallow bits that are orange and pineapple flavored, but are available in other flavors as well. So yeah, I mean, looking at their own packaging, I mean, they come in multiple different flavors, from like watermelon to the like blue raspberry bottle caps and things like that. Specify this one for Easter being kind of the yellow and orange color, so it's orange and pineapple flavored. So if you're into the citrusy fruit styles, I mean, yeah, find yourself a squashy. Or Peeps, I believe, come in all different flavors themselves as well, starting off with like lemon and orange, and I think I saw a grape one in the store a couple of days ago, but we'll give them a shot and see how it turns out. Yeah, it's very, very marshmallowy. This is one of those candies where if you were into ASMR and had one of those like high-def microphones, this would make some interesting chewing noises for sure. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. As far as flavor goes, it's definitely got a stronger orange than a pineapple flavor. Like the pineapple is kind of like the afterthought or the aftertaste to it. The orange is definitely the predominant part of it, which, I mean, looking at them, you'd assume it was a 50-50 because, I mean, the entire head is the orange color and the body is the pineapple color, but maybe it was just that first one. We'll try another one to see if it's same thing. But no, it's like 80% orange, and then after the orange disappears, that's where you get that little tiny hint of pineapple, which is pretty good because I'm not personally a pineapple fan. I mean, I'll eat it, but if given a choice of other citrusy fruits, I will choose just about anything except for pineapple. But yeah, I mean, as far as the taste goes, it's not something to shun. I mean, it's delicious being marshmallow. I mean, you could probably clear out an entire bag without actually feeling full. And yeah, aside from sugar content, they're not that bad. I mean, you could eat the entire bag and it'd be the equivalent of drinking a Coke. But yeah, I mean, the only drawback to them, I would say, because I mean, there's nothing that like no stickiness that adds to your fingers from eating them. There's no like mess from eating them themselves. There's no crumble, nothing like that. It's marshmallow, so it's not exactly very filling. So you would have to eat like the entire bag to actually feel any form of like satiety or fullness from it, which counterproductive as far as a snack is concerned. I mean, it's supposed to tide you over, but this, I mean, it's great if you just want a sugar high, but not for everything else. Next up, we have the Kinder Surprise Egg, a milk chocolate egg with a surprise inside, commonly in the form of a toy, puzzle, or just graphics sometimes. All right, and moving on from the squashies, we move to the iconic Kinder Egg, which I don't know if it's really Easter themed. I mean, the Kinder Egg is sold year round, but at least for me, the Kinder Egg was kind of like quintessential for Easter, aside from just like the standard milk chocolate eggs. But I mean, Kinder Egg appeals to all kids, not just because it's chocolate and milk chocolate at that, where you kind of have like a ring of white chocolate or similar inside, and then you have that milk chocolate outside, and it's really thin, which is kind of a letdown in that you don't get as much chocolate. But when it comes to the chocolate itself, that chocolate is kind of amazing because it's just like that blend of the best milk chocolate that you have, and then that little bit of white chocolate that usually comes with like that almost bitterness because white chocolate doesn't have as much sweetness to it, I feel. But when you combine them together, you kind of get like that perfect kind of blend, almost as if you were eating like a Hershey's cookies and cream bar kind of thing, where you get that chocolate mixed in with the white. Easily able to see why it's such an appealing thing to kids, and that's not even accounting for the fact that the egg's yolk is actually a toy. Although in most recent years, the toys inside have been getting, for lack of a better word, lamer and lamer. And that's mostly just to do with the fact that kids seem to be able to swallow the parts and know not to not swallow the parts. And that's just where you start seeing like puzzles getting introduced into them, or like toys that you don't even have to really build, or as seen with this one, a toy that you could build in like 3 seconds flat here, mostly because it only has 3 parts. So I mean, took me less time to build our swinging Darth Vader here than it was to actually consume the chocolate egg itself. But yeah, it gets high marks for taste, but it gets a little bit of a low mark for how you eat it. Just because the minute your finger touches it, it starts to melt and coats your fingers in some chocolate, which, I mean, you could say that it's like finger licking good or something like that if you want to steal a slogan from KFC there. But, I mean, snacks to be just eaten, not really wanting to have much cleanup to them. But, I mean, still scores pretty high on the marks here, just from taste alone. I mean, quality generally overtakes from quality or from quantity. So it's like I would rather eat one Kinder Egg than like an entire pound of just really bad tasting chocolate eggs. But now, with that being said, we'll move on. We only have 3 items left, and the next one we're going to look at is a offshoot of the classic Cadbury egg. And that, of course, is the Reese's Pieces Peanut Butter Cup Egg, which is a chocolate shell that is then filled with the Reese's Peanut Butter Spread. All right, so the next one up here is the Reese's Peanut Butter Easter Egg. Just looking at this one, I mean, it is dense, easily twice to 3 times as thick as the Kinder Egg, but it's got a peanut butter coating in it to the point that when I took the wrapper off, I could smell the peanut butter before we ever even opened one of the eggs itself up. Being another chocolate item, we're just going to dive in before it melts all over my fingers here. Yeah, it's got that like Reese's peanut butter with peanut butter and chocolate. That is still an all-time great combination, but sugar levels for it are just through the roof. I mean, I've had Cadbury cream eggs before, and the amount of sugar in one of those is like you could eat one cream egg and it would just run you for the amount of like carbohydrates you need for an entire day. This feels like the exact same thing. It just feels a little bit, I don't know, I want to say a little bit even healthier just because you taste that peanut butter, and peanut butter is definitely a lot better for you than, say, like pure unadulterated sugar. But man, the amount of sugar that they added to that peanut butter, it's got my teeth kind of buzzing from it. I mean, but that taste of the peanut butter and chocolate, it's so good. It's making me want to go back for another bite, even though I know it's really not going to be good for me if I do. And then, yeah, cleanup wise, I mean, I only held that thing for like 5 seconds, and yeah, 3 of my fingers are just, again, covered in chocolate that's melted off that egg. So same kind of problem. It's delicious. Don't get me wrong on that, but it's like as soon as you take it out of the tinfoil to eat it, it must be eaten. You can't hold on to it and like, oh, take a nibble and then come back to it. No. By the time you come back to it, it'll have turned into a puddle in your hand. That's not really a good remark for it, but I mean, it still scores really good for taste, lower on the ease of consumption there. And as far as cost is concerned, I mean, it is one of the cheaper options here. It comes in at only $1 Canadian there per egg, which is pretty good in price when compared to, say, like the Cadbury Button Egg, which that was a $7 egg. Granted, it is like 6 times the size of these eggs, but in terms of the amount of actual chocolate you get, they're pretty much even. And I would take chocolate and peanut butter over chocolate and caramel almost every other day, especially when it's Reese's peanut butter there. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, that's the Reese's Easter egg there. We'll jump on to our last chocolate item, thank God, before we enter a chocolate overload or even a chocolate coma there, as we go to the mini egg. Mini eggs being probably the hallmark that is Easter chocolate, the world over, most likely there. All right, so mini eggs. Last chocolate item of the day. Kind of grateful. I'm not exactly a big fan of chocolate, but I mean, small doses I can easily handle it. So let's dive right in. There's a good crunch from the shell, knowing full well that shell is just pure sugar. Immediately hits your tongue, but luckily there is the milk chocolate inside that kind of works as a second delivery system that kind of comes in being chocolate and covers up that overpowering sugariness from the shell itself. Because of that, it does make it kind of like a lessened treat in a sense, because the amount of sugar from the shell just makes me not want to take another one. But then the wave of melted chocolate from the inside of it, once it's heated up by your mouth, it kind of comes in and washes away that sugar, making it so that it's actually palatable to go in for a second one, which is pretty good. I mean, The only concerning part is definitely the amount of food coloring that's put into these, because there's no natural color for sugar, first off. And I mean, you eat enough of them, and who knows, it might start changing the insides of your body's color as well, which, I mean, that's kind of true of most candy that's out there. But I mean, it does have that satisfying crunch from when you first bite into the shell. So it does give you that like faux, you're eating an egg. And then the chocolate comes in again to rescue you, which definitely fixes it as far as like you're not eating an egg, you're eating a chocolate egg. But still, the amount of sugar, I was like, you eat a handful of those and that's it. That's for the day. I mean, this small like single serving size, that is perfect. You go out into the store and buy like the kilogram bag of it, and that's lasting you more than a month, and that's assuming that you don't lose your taste for chocolate after halfway through the bag, kind of thing. So, I mean, again, it gets a really high rating for taste. Being that it's wrapped in this kind of sugar shell, even if you hold it in your hand, the inside chocolate might melt, but the sugar on the outside doesn't. So ease of eating is actually really good for this one. And then cost, I mean, you get a whole like large handful of them for about $1.99 in Canadian dollars, of course, which does make it a little bit more pricey than the Reese's peanut butter eggs. But unlike those where you take a bite of that, it's now exposed to the air, you kind of have to finish it. You can't just like wrap it up and store it away. Whereas these, I mean, you could put them into a bowl, and I mean, as long as you don't have one of the ones that's like cracked in half or has some of the shell missing, I mean, I wouldn't feel too bad about like putting them in a candy jar and leaving them for a day, 2 days, something like that before you actually consume them all. So high marks for that as well. Our overall leader for Easter thus far has got to be the mini egg, which is probably the reigning champion worldwide, other than perhaps the Cadbury cream egg. But yeah, we unfortunately have that missing from our lineup here, just because I went to a couple of different stores and they were sold out. That's just how popular the Cadbury cream egg is, that even a week before Easter, sold out completely from 4 different stores. And I even asked the staff there if they were restocking, and they were like, no, we know they'd sell, but what if we order too many? Then Easter's over, then we got to sell them at a discount to get rid of them, because everyone only really wants them at Easter. That's like their cheat day kind of thing, right? But yeah, that's our current champion, mini eggs. I doubt that the last item here is going to be able to unthrone it, given that it is basically pure sugar. But we are going to see how edible grass tastes. Turns out this isn't actually candy. It is potato starch, corn starch, and a bunch of other starches. So it is basically like eating a straight up potato turned into grass. Didn't know that at the time I was eating it, of course. All right, so last item of the day. I mean, it's it's labeled as edible grass, which I don't really have high hopes for it because it's grass, but break off a couple of stalks there, and well, it's sticky, that's for sure. That just makes me think that the sugar content is going to be through the roof. But I mean, here we go, eating some edible grass. Okay, there's absolutely no taste of anything at all. There's no sugar. There's nothing. It's like if you were eating like cotton candy where you put it in your mouth and it just melts. That's what this does. But it has absolutely no flavor, like none at all. I'm going for a second bite, but like, yeah, it melts away into kind of like a puddle. And if there was a flavor other than bland, because I don't know what that flavor is, I'd call it green flavor. It tastes like food coloring, kind of thing like that, right? I mean, not really sure what I ate there, but it really wasn't good. I mean, yeah, you could eat it, and as a joke, you could totally eat this edible, I want to say candied grass, but the fact that it tasted like there was no sugar in it at all, I don't want to even call it candy. Might be good for like an Easter basket filler kind of thing, or like a joke if you have kids and you want them to believe that they can eat grass and it won't taste like dirt. But I mean, this is only one margin up from dirt. As far as like on a taste scale, it's not like, oh yeah, gotta spit this out. I mean, it is definitely edible, but it's kind of in that like, why would you kind of thing, right? It's like it's not delicious. You definitely don't want to go back for seconds after you've eaten it once. Um, Being able to eat it, I mean, it comes kind of in a huge disc here, so you kind of either got to break off a bit like we did here, or kind of unspool the coil there in order to get your really long strand of it. So ease of eating, not exactly the best. Cleanup factor, I mean, considering it tastes like there's no sugar in it at all, it's weird. It does leave like a sugary residue to your fingers. So there is a little bit of stickiness that's kind of left behind there. So, um, yeah, out of everything that we've tried here today, I would say this is probably the bottom of the rank. Last place, unfortunately, here. But I mean, I kind of knew that coming in, didn't we, when we heard the word edible grass? But yeah, that's all of the Easter treats that we have here today to be able to try out. In terms of ranking, again, yeah, the overall winner of today is definitely the Cadbury mini egg. I mean, Cadbury's just kind of king of Easter. They've got the cream egg, which unfortunately we weren't able to try here today, but they still walked away with the grand prize of first place in our mini Easter competition here. Going in for second place, I would give it to the Reese's peanut butter egg there. I mean, it loses marks on how easy it is to eat and just how ungodly sweet it is, but just the taste, it was like next level for peanut butter chocolate taste. That in itself is just fantastic. So yeah, I would give that one the second place. Third place, it's gonna be tricky. I mean, I'd probably give it to the squashies, the peeps there, just because I mean you could eat a lot of them. It only left a little bit of like sugar on your fingers, and I mean the taste was really good. It was a really good citrusy taste, and I mean they do come in other flavors, so I give that one higher marks. Um, as bad as it sounds, I would give fourth place then to the Kinder Surprise. I mean, the chocolate itself is good, but same problem. It melts way too quickly in your hands, so you got to eat it really fast. But then even at that, it's not enough chocolate. I mean, you'd eat the entire egg, and you'd be like, "Oh, I want another one," because it's just gone that quickly. It's so thin of a shell that you don't really get it as an actual like snack kind of thing, right? And then I'll give it negative marks just because I mean, bring back the good Kinder Surprise toys. I mean, like what happened to the good ones? They're all just statues now. They're not great, right? And then yeah, that puts us for the Cadbury Caramel Buttons as our fifth place winner, if you can call it that. And that's just because, I mean, yes, it is a larger egg, so it is appealing just because of its size. But it would have been better if they just had like the caramel buttons on their own without having that chocolate shell, because the chocolate on its own, I mean, it's good, but it needs something else there to support it. And the buttons, there was only like 10 of them in that entire egg. So they kind of skimped out on that. It's like considering that it's $7. It's not worth it. In terms of like the amount of chocolate that was there, I mean, I'd rather buy 2, 3 packs of mini eggs rather than that one big caramel button egg, right? And then, of course, last place is going to be our edible grass, which is almost inedible. So, yeah, I hope you all liked today's video here. Next weekend, we are going to be diving into some Canadian snacks here. And I hope to see you all there. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.